So last year I posted this video of Tua Tagovailoa throwing a pass 50 yards into a net. No big deal. It's obviously on point. He threw it 50 yards, just like Aaron Rodgers had done as well. People complained. They said it was a bigger net. They made all kinds of excuses, but he still put it in the net 50 yards away. That was last year's controversy. Now, there's a whole nother controversy, and it's more of a conspiracy theory than anything else. They're actually saying that the videos are doctored. They're saying that they're speeding up and slowing down to make Tua's throws look better for the public. That the Miami Dolphins video room is actually editing things to cover up Tua's flaws. That allegation by itself is pretty bad. However, what makes things worse is that a big-name reporter, a big-name Miami Dolphins reporter, is perpetuating this myth. Omar Kelly, formerly of the Sun Sentinel, who's now doing a podcast with Alan Poupart, I hope I said his name correctly, came out and said that the Miami Dolphins video team are actually doctoring throws that Tua Tagovailoa puts out. Take a listen to what they said recently on their podcast.
One pretty pass by Tua, and I'm laughing because the Dolphins video, and I'm just going to put this there because I'm transparent. While everybody who watched it in person will say that the ball was a wobbler.
Now, that may be true. Don't have any evidence to the contrary, other than the fact I haven't seen anybody else anywhere saying that the ball was actually extremely wobbly and that it's possible that the Miami Dolphins video team doctored the video. Haven't seen it from anybody else. Doesn't make it not true, but it doesn't make it true either because I haven't seen a bunch of people saying that. Let's continue.
The Dolphins video, because it was sped up just at the right times, makes it look like it was an absolute dime.
Now understand, there's a term in video editing. I do a lot of video editing, so I know this term. And it's called a speed ramp. And it's basically when you want to cut down a part of the video that's kind of lackluster, boring, like a pass traveling through the air and just coming down. What people will do is a speed ramp. And what they'll do is they'll show the ball going up and they'll speed across and they'll show it coming down. It's a speed ramp. It's an effect in almost any linear editing program. It's used many times in movies everywhere. Now, did they do it specifically because they were trying to cover for Tua? I don't know. I don't think so, but that's not what Omar is saying.
It was a dime.
So it's a pretty pass on social media, not in reality. Is that what
it was an ugly pass in person, a beautiful pass on social media, which I gotta applaud the editing team of the Miami Dolphins.
Very well done.
I mean, what are we supposed to understand? I understand now, next couple days, camp is open to some fans. They'll see things for themselves. They'll see whether the passes are on point. But to say this one here, that Jalen Waddle went up and caught, was a bad pass and basically a product of good video editing, I don't know, man. Was that said for clicks or was that said for truth? Does anybody else see that? Did anybody else feel the same way? I don't know. I'm not calling Omar a liar. I wouldn't do that. But a speed ramp is a normal editing effect.
Because they have certainly learned from last season and their editing skill.
Now understand what happened last season. Early in training camp, Tua underthrew Tyreek and it blew up all across social media. ESPN covered it, and that's where part of the lore of Tua having a noodle arm came about because everybody was talking about it. But I don't think a lot of people saw this, and so I don't know if Omar is bringing more light to it where people are going to look and see and say, hey, maybe they are playing games with the editing. I don't know.
Are phenomenal because that pass to Jalen Waddle was a dime on social media.
On social media.
So Tua throws a 40 or 50 yard bomb that's a dime, but it's only a dime on social media. One thing editing can't do, well, actually you can, especially with AI, you can create an entire different video. But one thing that AI wasn't used on in that video was it was a completion. It was a throw. Jalen Waddle went up, battled for it, and caught the ball. how the ball got there, whether it was wobbly, whether it was underthrown, whether the video was sped up, whether the video was slowed down, whatever it was done to make it look a certain way, I don't know. I slowed it down myself, tried to get it into real time, and the ball still looked pretty much on point. It wobbled a little bit on the end, and obviously, as you look at it, Jalen Waddle had to come back and jump for it. It was underthrown. But his premise is that the Miami Dolphins video team is purposely editing videos because of what happened last year, and that they have to protect Tua's psyche. That people don't want to see stuff out there that puts Tua in a bad light. Saw this video yesterday where Justin Herbert, the Los Angeles Chargers team, actually put out a video where they show you an interception thrown by Justin Herbert in practice. I haven't seen any of those type of videos, even though Tua has thrown interceptions in practice. I never see those videos. Do you see them? I don't know. Maybe Omar is correct in that regard, that there's no way they're going to put out a pass play where Tua is intercepted in training camp because they feel it damages his psyche. I'm not even going to go there. That doesn't make any sense to me. He's a professional football player. Of course he's going to throw an interception here or there. Is he that fragile that they have to edit videos to make things look better? I don't know. That would be kind of scary. I do know, and this is something a lot of people are talking about, that Skylar Thompson threw, what was it, a 40, 50, 60-yard bomb to Braxton Berrios. People say it was an amazing throw. It was on point. It was for a touchdown, and nobody has seen it. They haven't even put it out. Why haven't they put that out? Why can we not see Skylar Thompson's bomb to Braxton Berrios? Why is it only Tua's videos that get to, the social media team to put out on their platform? I don't know. I can't answer those questions. But the more suspect activity by not putting out Skylar Thompson's video makes Omar's claim seem that much more relevant, that they are doctoring videos to make Tua look better. I can't prove it. I don't think Omar could prove it, or he'd say it. But what do you think? Do you think that the Miami Dolphins video team and social media team are actually doctoring plays to make Tua look better so as not to hurt his psyche? Please tell me that's not true. I hope there's some people down at camp today that will put out some videos of their own to show that Tua is on point and he's hitting these passes. Let me know what you think. Fins up.
One pretty pass by Tua, and I'm laughing because the Dolphins video, and I'm just going to put this there because I'm transparent. While everybody who watched it in person will say that the ball was a wobbler, the Dolphins video, because it was sped up just at the right times, makes it look like it was an absolute dive.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?